Okay. Hello. I'm alive again, and it looks significantly better. Like, I'm moving it and I can see it move on the OBS. It's still window capture. Let me see if it behaves if I swap it to game capture. Oh, behaving? I think it's behaving. All right, cool. So this is good. Let's find out if this continues. Yeah, that is weird. Also, you know, curse Windows permissions would also just curse Hoyovos and their anti-cheat bullshit. Like, what am I cheating on? I know they had issues with some things before, but still. How do you actually... So I've only been playing this on my phone. So like, how do I... So escape is my phone. Is there a way to just get your switch to walking? What? I'm just gonna use controller. Phone, exit. Okay. Sorry. When you're used to just poking things with your phone, it's a little bit weird to get used to using controller again. What have you. But yeah, I've basically done like the first little session and some of the simulated universe stuff. And that's it. I just went and fought like a formidable foe over here, and I'm doing something involving like going around and chatting with people to make sure they don't like kill themselves or something. I don't, like, they're all upset, right? And there are people who like don't want to research anymore or something like that. I'm a little bit fuzzy on the details on exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, to be completely honest. I've really just been enjoying the shiny lights and the music. The battle music I really like in this game. Stop that. Who am I supposed to go talk to? Find someone to talk to and tell him who you're disturbed. That's not what I'm doing. I was doing the other thing. I think. Maybe this? So the thing I just did. Oh, he's gone. There was some dude here who I talked to, and I did it on behalf of Herta. I guess I'll just go wander around again. The yellow icon on the map. But that's not what I want to do. Where's the list of like quests on missions rolling? This is what I was doing, I think. The road to revival. Because I was helping out like researchers or something. Yeah, this thing. So, navigate please. Wait, what? Select. Select. I want to select the thing where I can warp. Thank you. A little rough. Again, I imagine that if I had like picked this up immediately using only the controller and such, it would be easier, but just touching. Wait. Am I talking to you? Hinkle? Yeah, you show him. Or a space station. I'm not going to read everything out loud, by the way. Most of the story so far, I've mostly like read and then immediately forgot. Like a lot of it sounds like Chuny talk. Sure. Can you just tell me where to go to kill something? Like the simulated universe where you're like talking to the eons or aeons, whatever one it is. And they just like start, like the weird crystal thing just starts going off and like talking to you about completely random nonsense. It's just like, am I supposed to be reading this and understanding what it's talking about? Oh, what's this? Light up all the blocks and turn them into a physical path. Is this like a Zelda puzzle? Like we had to touch every one of them to do it? Yes, it is. Also, I just realized that my audio is going to 2 separate outputs right now, so fixing that. There we go. Oh, hi. Nope. Nope. You never saw me. Actually, wait, did you really never see me? Alright, give me that sweet music that I want. Defend yourself. Yeah, that little cute animation she's doing is like the entire reason why I'm playing this game. She's really cute. And she reminds me of Neptunia for some reason. If you've ever played one of the Neptunia games. I don't know if it's the haircut or just like everything else. But that's what it feels like.
礼儀のなってないお客さんね。ラッキースターは誰かな？うちの出番。いや。
I'm gonna assume that if I do this, I'll kill most of them. Yeah.
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ。
What's this? An incomplete manuscript. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't actually gotten onto that big train in the sky or whatever it is yet. But I really don't know much about the story at all yet, besides some hot red hair lady made us or something weird like that. And we have a nuclear bomb in our chest, basically. That's the gist of what I've understood from the story so far. That, and I have no idea, like, how I should be, like, raising and setting people up. Because I've got, I got this lady, Serval, from the gacha. She was the first one who came, besides, like, you know, the ones they give you and everything. But I've yet to level her yet. And I just got Herta, who seems good, I guess. But I really have no idea. I figure I'll just get everyone up to level 10 or so I can kind of swap them out whenever I feel like it. But I haven't used her at all yet. Maybe I should. I will say this is easier on the PC. Oh, did I finally get one that she can use? No. No, I did not. Oh. Oh, hey, she can be upgraded. I didn't realize I got something for her. Wait, hold on. Can I upgrade her? No. We need to ascend her first. Wait. How come... Is Herta just special? I guess hers is just special. She has it unlocked for some reason. Base damage increases. Sure. That seems like a good thing to do. She doesn't really have anything she can use here though, right? No. Also, I don't have like a healer yet. I figured that like at some point I should get that, hopefully, because otherwise I feel like we're gonna run into trouble. But I'm sure that one will show up eventually. What was it? Fragmented corrosion? These are connected to the stellar and within you. Oh, it's my fault then. Ooh, is that a formidable enemy? Hi, Herta. It's a level 16 Void Ranger. Alright, I'm going for it. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. But he's weak to this, which is good. Also, how's the audio, by the way? Like, can you hear the music of the game? Okay. Because to me, the music's like the best part of this game so far. So, don't want to deprive you of that. Alright, this is speed up. Yes.
星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。
下手に動くな。Alright, now we'll get busy. Yeah, I suppose we'll just have him do a regular attack. Oh. Sure. Go for it. Get them all, Meteor. Kind of. Alright, he's not targeting anyone yet. Let's see. My main character has the most health. So since this like functions as kind of a bit of a taunt, I'll put it on her. Go for the blast. Right. I was hoping that we'd take out one of the little side guys. Ooh. Aw. I really enjoyed the roguelike mode though, the simulated universe thing, because I got like a really good set of blessings that like fed into each other really well, where like every time I attacked I got a shield, and every time I got a shield I did quick damage or something. Like there was like a bunch of really good synergies. On the one hand, he can do more break damage. Yeah, right. We'll just have an AoE try to kill the guys who are weakish, maybe. You. Her shield's gonna give out, I feel. Refresh it. Though, I should have probably put a shield on her too. On Mitsuki. Because if this thing attacks similar to the other one, then I imagine it might do some AoE damage. Oh, there goes my shield. Okay. Let's do this. We'll have the main character make energy for the next shield. Damn. Rude. Okay, slowly dying over here.
動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。即戦即決でいこう。たまには真面目にいこっか。うちのとっておきをくらえ。ふん。
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Damn. If I hit that before, he would have stayed broken.
逃がさない。ルールは破るためにある。
Go for you.
Yeah.
Yep. It's interesting, like, so like the sidebar showing you like the action order and everything reminds me of games like Ryza and Neptunia, even a little bit too. But then of course, like all the other stuff we have, like the abilities and those things are very much Genshin, right? That's good. Got a crit on that. That's nice.
誘った覚えはないけど。
Either way, it doesn't really matter. But
やれやれ。
just do regular.
うちの出番。
All right. She needs a shield, otherwise she's going to take a lot of damage.
始めようか。
And then
やっ。
we'll keep hitting the stuff for the break.
殴ったね。
Ow.
逃がさない。
どけ。騒ぎを起こしたくはない。
I do think that we can win this though.
動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。即戦即決でいこう。くらえ。礼儀のなってないお客さんね。はい。
There we go. Now there's just the one.
すべては星々の選択。星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。殴ったね。たまには真面目にいこっか。うちのとっておきをくらえ。ふん。
Okay. Just a regular one. But he got a
うち
crit.
ってばなかなかやるじゃん。うちがいるんだから負けないよ。始めようか。あんたの番だよ。避けてね。
Okay. It doesn't look good for
うちに
like
出くわすなんてついて
some
な
of
い
our
ね。
characters, I feel.
動かないでね。
You.
今祝福してあげるから。即戦即決でいこう。ルールは破るためにある。
Not that I mind how flashy and shiny everything is, but is there a skip button for like some of the animation of that? Like I know in the top right there's like an auto battle button or something like that, but I hate auto battles, so
どれどれ。
no skip button.
キラキラ
Okay,
なものはないかな。
2 times speed. Okay, the 2 times speed would work. All right, show me my Zelda puzzle. Oh, that's easy. Man, years of Game Boy Advance Hi, Herta. How you doing? Stop staring at my puppet all the time. No. Oh, wait. But can you can't change your party on the fly, right? Actually, don't even know where the party select is. Team setup. You can, even while you're in like a dungeon-y thing? That's surprising. Why do you show me one of these things if there's nothing I can actually equip on you? That's pretty cool. So she's just ice. So she doesn't really fit into my party particularly well right now. Same thing with like her. She's just like another attack type. Though the shocking seemed useful. While shocked enemies would take a lightning damage equal to 50% of Sorrel's attack at the beginning of each turn. Like, that seems handy. But I don't know who to swap her in for. Because I like this. The speed up, like having someone to give you buffs. Maybe I could swap Wind Boy? But he also inflicts slow. Whoops, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I think, is it his ultimate or his skill? Resistance when if the enemy is slowed. Where is it? Reduce the target speed. I think that's the slow, right? Yeah. So like him and Asta work well together, I think, because you know you have speed up and speed down on enemies, so you're just super fast. I could swap this character out. We could swap ourselves out for Serval. But I don't really know. I think for now I'm just gonna continue to exist as is. Alright, so that's that. I think the formidable enemy is basically what I had to kill, right? And then probably take an elevator down to that thing over there. It is a nice looking game, for sure. And I am continually impressed by like the fact that this stuff runs on mobile. You are implying I know which of these do anything. I'm not sure I even understand what I'm trying to do here. I mean, I came in here to kill things and I did. I also want this stuff down there. Alright, hello. Are we good now? You're back. The source is in a 3 or 9 o'clock position. Okay. Thanks. Here's a reward. Cool story. Okay, so that's another researcher made happy. Are there more? Several researchers in the master control zone, apparently. Not her, right? You're okay? You don't have anything I need to kill? Do you need help? No. Okay, you have fun. I'm gonna go take an elevator down to the master control world, I guess. Master control zone, please. Wait, why do you have a... Oh wait, he sells stuff. Is there anything that's actually worth buying in this store? Like there's obviously stuff here, but I have no idea what any of it really is. Like obviously that's experience, I think. Sorry, my one of my cords is lifting my graphics card up and making a noise. The first item is a constellation from... Gotcha. So worth saving for then. Sounds like. I don't know how I get 60 more with this thing, but I'll get it somehow. Cooking genius. Yeah? What? He gave me food. Alright, I like that robot. The chest. Okay. Why are you rummaging through? Because it's mine now. Wow, rude researcher. Why would you put a treasure chest in front of me if you didn't want me to grab it? Hi, Hinkle. What a fun name. Do I give you money to fix the space station? No? Okay. Never mind. Okay, I don't think this is the right thing. It's too bad that like markers don't appear on the map itself. It could just be that I'm just very dumb. So, go and find what happened. Yeah, but how? Okay. There is one down here. I'm not crazy. Oh wait, you? You have a thing for me? Oh. Okay. Yeah, you need help? Chores, huh? Must be photographed. Go to the space station supply zone. Okay. Oh, question. Every time I open this game, it like freezes on the main screen, like where the like the train is just there, and I have to restart it before it like actually does like the load and like downloads anything it needs or those things. Photographic reaction. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. Okay, so scan. Press the function button. Okay. Haley, it's me. Okay. It's happened like 3 times now. So. Okay. Thanks. I assume that I have to save these in order to do the quest. Road to revival. Wait, that is where I... This is where I am, right? You complete the assignment. Go back to... Okay. Alright, we'll do as soon as I talk to myself. Hi. Look, to March 7th.
聞いたよ。うちらと一緒に列車に乗るんだよね。心の中では乗るって決めてるんでしょ。うちの前で嘘つかなくていいよ。見ればわかるもん。でもあんたまだ何か悩んでるみたいだね。ほら話してみなよ。うちが相談に乗ってあげる。
Oh, how time flies. What?
急に考えに浸る収容部分で会った時さ、あんた弱っちそうだったからちゃんと守らなきゃって思ったんだ。でもまさかバットを持って元気いっぱいに暴れ回るなんてね。それからあのでかいのをヨウおじちゃんのブラックホールに叩き込んでうちを救ってくれた。まだ、ここで
Okay.
待ってるからね。
Thanks. I'm just looking at this planet in the background and thinking about William Shatner, of all people. Just because I was thinking, for whatever reason, yesterday and today, I found myself thinking about, like, you know, the black void of space, essentially. And, like, if you're up above, like, at this kind of view and, like, looking down at it, that, like in the same way that if you have a light in a dark room, you can't, like, see much around but besides the light, that, like, I have to imagine that if you were looking at the Earth from, like, this view, that you wouldn't really see any stars off in the distance because the light from the sun being reflected on the Earth and everything would, like, kind of outshine all the dim lights, I assume. So it just looked like a giant black ball in space of Earthness. Just thinking, you know. And, like, I don't like looking down in water and, like, not being able to see the bottom and those things. Like, I don't like deep ocean or deep water, those things, whatnot. So I have to imagine that I would not especially like the like looking out into space. You know? Are these enough? Apparently. Reject silence. Okay. What was weird about this one? Tiny orchestra, curio collection, interdimensional bed. Is this just an SEP list? It feels like an SCP list. Find someone to talk to and tell Himiko about your decision. Wait, what? What do you mean my decision? Oh, that's the voyage continues. Am I done with the other thing? Oh, I'm done with the other thing. Oh. Okay then. Where are those 500? Aha! I have enough currency for the thing. What are you buying? Thank you. And now we can claim a bunch of these things so we spent so much money. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, it's a light thingy. What is this? The path to destruction. Oh, it's for me! Could you cease? Good God. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Actually, I feel like you might be able to see it. Getting picked up on the thing. 1 second, please. Yeah, it's, here, let me just show you, I suppose. Ugh. So, it's this. It doesn't sound good, but it's really nothing. Like, literally, I do this. It stops. It's because this panel right here is loose. So like the fan moving makes it wiggle. So it's nothing like my computer isn't like having a conniption or anything like that. It's just that one of the little panels is loose. But it sounds awful, doesn't it? Like I thought it was my graphics card for the longest time, like having a shit fest, because every time my computer would start up, it would go crazy because when you turn your computer on, your fans go full blast. So yeah, but it is annoying. Let's see. Okay. An unwilling host. Trailblazer regenerates 10 extra energy. Can I ask a dumb question? Is energy, like, by energy, it means the, like, the stuff we use for skills, right? Not like HP? Or is energy HP? Oh, wait. Oh, this one does say HP. Okay. So they are different. Okay, good. Ultimate generation. Oh. Oh, okay. So it's like EM, elemental mastery stuff, right? Basically. In Genshin Speed, like the amount of charge that you get towards that kind of thing and everything. Or whatever it was. It's been so long since I played Genshin. Energy recharge, that's what it is. Okay. Increase the warrior's attack by 10% and increase their damage to enemies afflicted with burn or bleed. Also applies to dot. Well, both seem good. This one's a 4-star, so it looks like it probably... I imagine this has better stats overall. I'm not like inflicting burn or bleed on people though, so it doesn't really feel like something to actually use for now, unless some of my characters actually have that kind of thing, because if so, then, you know, maybe. Why you gotta make this difficult? Superimpose? Oh, this is... Wait, what did I just... Okay, good. That's what I thought I was doing. But did I just unequip that from someone else to do that? No, we're good. We're fine. What is her path again? Something I don't have? Yeah. This path thing is like... Why don't they just say that characters are certain element types or something? I don't know. I don't fully get it yet, I guess, is my issue. Their class. Makes sense. It's just weird to like have the whole fact that all this is tied to a gacha is the thing that I think is throwing me off. What? Ask for more info from someone about a bubble. Hey robot, do you know anything about a bubble? Let's not touch it. Unless that robot's about to like prevent me from getting this, like that one dude. Oh, okay. Think. Ooh, shiny. What is the purpose of the shiny doodads up there? Also, it kind of reminds me of Halo, like Halo 2 in that first mission when you can watch the mag cannons fire off. Okay, okay. Not the only one. All right. That's good. Ooh, I like your outfit.
本なんか読んでいる場合ですか?
Can I have that outfit? It's red. I mean, mine's cute too, but... Watson. Where's Herlock? What? Elizabeth Watson. Okay. What are you gonna do? Oh no, I'm conspiracy. Alright, tinfoil hat. We'll see you around. Oh, she gave us a public service award? Okay. No idea what there's still like random monsters and things around, but that's okay. Is that thing gonna run away, I wonder? I feel like I need to kill this before it like disappears. Interdimensional creature lost in the stars. Docile in nature, sweet in taste, but inedible. I'm sorry, if it's sweet in taste, why are you... But it's inevitable. Inedible. Sorry, it's not Smith from The Matrix. Travelers who encounter these creatures see them as good enemies. Should I kill this thing? The treasure trotter gets spooked and will flee in 2 turns. Okay. Interesting. So we should, like, focus it because it's gonna run away. Okay, part of the way there. That's not really doing much, is it? On to Asta, please. Minor physical damage. Deals physical damage. So this will do more damage even though it's AoE. Okay. Regular attack. No! Uh-oh. Yeah, I know it's trying to escape. Do as much damage as I can, I guess. Go ahead and freeze things. I think we got this though. I assume that we'll get like more points or awards or whatever if we take out the Trotter thing. So, how are you not dead? Okay, it will die though, so I'm gonna concentrate on a different enemy. There we go. Okay, so what do I get? Piggy? Oh, I got an achievement. I guess that's worth it. What do I get for capture a warp trotter? I got 5 rocks. Seems legit. $60 rocks for it too. Oh, cool. Cool. All right, get my favorite up. Please and thanks. And also, I guess, me. If afflicted by burn. So wait, doesn't that, hold on. Asta's fire. Do any of her skills cause burn? Nope. And no. Okay. Never mind. I was thinking maybe they should like work together or something. But apparently not. I don't know what causes bleed. But I don't know if you watched it or not, Ian, that video that I dropped in Discord with from Honkai Green, where he like did a level 50 boss or something like that with some units that I assume are like free to play-ish. And like it looked like the main strategy was like the dot damage was the main bit. You must sign non-disclosure agreement. What's inside? Oh. I meant what's inside the disclosure agreement. The law of the magic. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. What? A faction that worships the Aeon fully. Oh, the weird crystal thing. Okay. They're a cult. The Garden recognizes ways to steal memories. So it sticks memories in bubbles. Okay. Someone read Harry Potter. Interesting. Alright, well, we learned about the bubbles, so that was worth it to come down here. How do you select the phone icon? Or that's... Oh wait, no, that's just start, right? So it's this thing that's going off? That's cool. I really don't care. I just don't want to see that icon anymore. Now, if only I could remember where that bubble was. Because I want to poke it. I guess we'll run into another one again at some point, but... I like just exploring too, though. I wish I could figure out how to open up that door. Actually, I think, now that I remember... Hold on. I think when I touched that thing earlier... If it's the one I'm remembering right... It like had 3 things that it mentioned. Like 3 different areas or something. Let me just make sure. Because I think now that it's not like 11:30 at night and I'm lying down in my bed trying to read tiny text on a phone screen, maybe I can... Okay. Yeah, it tells you like 3 different things, so... Final images of a researcher with a luscious hairstyle kneeling down and reaching towards something. Master control zone. Okay, master control zone, luscious hair. Storage zone. Wubbaboos. In an elevated room. Base zone. Notes and the camera on the body. Okay. Okay. Let's... So basically there's just 1 in each zone. Okay. So the base zone was the third thing, and that was the monster thing. So monster in the base zone. I mean, I fought one here. Not that that helped. Touch the bubble. Maybe it's just these things. The crown that exclusive belongs to the Philosopher King that had the Laurel Wreath Galaxy. What? This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, by the way. Like the whole fact that like most of the text in this game that I've read so far sounds like it was written by Megumin. If Megumin was in space. Aurelius is your name. Okay. Philosopher Union. So there's a movie, I think I've mentioned it on stream before. I believe it's a Swedish movie called the Amaella or something like that. Ariella? No. Shoot. It was in my brain 2 seconds ago. Space movie where ship is off course, Swedish. The Aniara. Aniara. The Aniara is a Swedish movie about a ship that gets knocked off course on its way over to Mars. Oh, this is a good thing. Okay. And it's a good movie and interesting. And part of the subjects that they touch on is like what people do in like the extreme loneliness of that kind of thing, because it's like a full-on spaceship, like this kind of spaceship with like lots of people on it and whatnot, but like people also get a bit unhinged over time, and like at one point there's a cult, and like all this stuff and whatnot. Like I imagine that if you sent off like 100 or 200 humans off randomly into the sky and whatnot, and they came back, they probably would come back being this insane. So, suppose maybe it's not that bizarre. Okay, but I'm getting money for talking to bubbles, so that's got to be worth something. Oh, what have we here? Don't mind me just destroying random stuff and... Ooh, bubble. A female voice that sounds similar to hers with monotonously tightly held hands. Interesting. I wonder if these things would be more interesting if they had actual visuals to go with them. Like, it's not that I don't want to read white text against a black background and make my eyes hurt, but also I don't want to. Like, the only time I think that I have done that was with Nier. Like Nier Gestalt, and like that was the font was bigger for one. And it was actually like interesting, and I had like what's the word? I had motivation to do it, I suppose, amongst other things. So I don't see luscious hair in here or anything like that, so excuse me. Sorry. Okay, I already talked to them. There's the bubble. That's the first one I saw. Pure faith. of the heart. Star Trek. 'Cause I got faith in the heart. I actually don't mind that song, by the way. I know it's like divisive as far as like people who enjoy Star Trek goes. Like some people hate that song while other people really, really like it. I think it's a nice song overall. Alright, let's... Oh, right click to change this. Let's go to the Master Control Zone. Because Master Control Zone is where we're supposed to find the researcher with the flamboyant hair or something. Which makes me think maybe they're talking about him. Or sorry, no, luscious hair. Wait. Man with luscious hair. Hello? Oh, okay. For a second conversation. Sure. First become big, curly, and puffy, then you can sign up with me. The Curl Academy. I'm sorry? What do you mean Curl Academy? The guidelines for the Curl Academy. What? We believe that our head evolved to grow out of the tops of our torsos, not simply because they contain the brain. They play a vital role of identification. So styling your own personal hair is a key step in mastering your identity. Associate motto: sculpt daily, condition weekly, and strengthen. Condition weekly? Weekly? Okay, interesting. Well, now I'm curious, like, so as far as like hair care routines and those things go, I have a small one, I guess, which is like when I shower, I shampoo and then I condition. And then once a month, the first shower of each month, I use a clarifying shampoo instead of my regular shampoo. And that's it. That's all I do. Condition weekly. Okay. I mean, like, that's not that weird, I guess, but I don't know. Hey, do you have any other things about this? Don't you have to work? Which department are you from? Okay. I'm just going to exhaust his dialogue. How are you supposed to recognize a researcher in a crowd? By their hair. Wow, okay. His daughter died because she mistook another researcher for him because of his hair? What? What? Items obtained. Thank you. Corporate access and trash. Okay. I think I want the storage zone next. Let me... Okay, hold on. I'll work back here and double check. I want to check the storage one. Okay, we have the tier 3 one? No. Wait, yeah. Okay, we have the tier 1. Tier 2 is from the storage zone. Wubbaboos floating downwards outside a wall-sized window in an elevated room. Elevated room in the storage thing. Storage. I'll just go here first. Wubbaboos. I have no idea what a Wubbaboo is, but are those the bubble things?
今さら後悔しても遅い。はっせいはっ
Okay, I get the feeling I'm not going to need to do much here. Cool. Okay, thank you.
今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ
Aha! Oh, there's enemies here.
これ
Let's go! That's a lot of enemies. Okay.
すべては星々の選択星の秘密を求める鍵よ
Them targeting one person right away
祝福を
means I know exactly who to defend.
生死虚実一年の同点元気超無一角
So I suppose like whilst I like just work through all this, we should probably just chat about random crap. I feel like recently in recent
ラッキー
streams,
スターは誰かな
and this is not a bad thing, it's more just an observation.
うちの出番
I feel like I used to spend a lot more time talking about random anime and things and whatnot, and things that didn't have any relevance to the game that I was playing at all. Well, more often I feel like I
逃がさない
end up chatting about the game a lot more. When it's a game that's worth chatting about, I suppose. Okay, this... Let's do that.
今さら後悔しても遅い
Yeah, do that.
怖くない
Earlier, but-
怖くない
Turns on 2 times. Okay, let me see if I liked how that looks, I guess. Oh, it's for everything, it looks like. Oh, I don't know
即
about
戦即
that.
決でいこう
Like, I like her little wee thing. I don't want to see that sped up. It's just like the ultimates that I want to see sped up, I guess.
くらえ
I feel like I can just turn it on and off whenever I need to, though, so that's not too bad.
騒ぎを起こしたくはない せいはっ
たまには真面目にいこっか
Right now, I don't feel like there's much strategy to using the ultimates and things. I assume that once you get them at higher levels or unlock the Eidolons and the light cones or whatever it is, like the stuff that gives you more bang for your buck from these things, that it probably becomes more like strategic.
星の祝福をあなたにうちに出くわすなんてついてないね動かないでね今
Kind
祝
of.
福してあげるから
Because otherwise, I feel like this would get old kind of quick. like they're good. It's a good thing that the music is like really nice to listen to, because I feel like that's what's like drawing me in mostly. It's like the music and cute characters. Whether or not that's actually enough to like continue on through a game like this, I don't know. Because kind of like, remember that Yoko Taro game? The, I think it was the Nier one, actually. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Not Sinnoh Alice, the other one. That I think was specifically Nier. It was the one where it like told stories in black and white and kind of side-scrolled. And then, Nier Reincarnation. Yeah, and like, there was combat, not quite like this, but like with full 3D models, but there's still turn-based / auto battling and all that stuff and everything, which is just a weird mix. Like, I don't know, it's weird because like I really like FGO, which is turn-based and strategy primarily when you're not unga bungaing because your stuff is really powerful. And like, I don't get bored of that. I really don't. Whether it's like figuring out like 3-turn farming and those kinds of things, or actually like dealing with difficult stuff. Like boss fights and whatnot in later chapters, and tricky gimmicks with debuffs and timed stuff and everything like that. Like, it all keeps it really interesting to me. But then like stuff like this, or not even something that's like JRPGs in general that have like full 3D models but then it's turn-based, always feels kind of weird to me. I wonder if I should have used... Nah. No one's weak to it, so attack the broken one. Yakuza, is that what that's like? I mean, I've only seen the trailer for Yakuza 7 with like the silly actions and like turn-based ramen combat, I guess, amongst many other things. Oh, I still have a shield, but it is low. Might as well refresh it. I don't know, it's like the same reason why like the Neptunia games, they're fun and wacky and the characters are fun. But I've only actually beaten the Neptunia U series, which are like the live action beat 'em up slashy things where you control the character and have them run around and smack things, as opposed to like the normal combat in Neptunia, which is turn-based kind of with some extra steps. And like that one doesn't quite work for me. But then I play, I don't know. I play Ryza too though, and like Ryza is full character models. Yeah, but it's a much more chaotic battle system, I feel, with a lot more going on with just like different moves and stuff. Like there's more variety than this in Ryza 2 that I've been playing. Like characters generally have like 4 different skills and you can chain them together to get like better versions of them, mix it with items to like stun and debuff enemies and everything else. I don't know. I'm just nitpicking, I suppose. Like, I'm enjoying this, so it's not like I'm gonna stop just talking about JRPGs in general, I suppose, and how like, I don't know. It can't just be the 3D model thing, because like Octopath Traveler as well. Like, I played through like about like a third of the game, probably, maybe at most.
騒ぎを今だ
Because I did the first sections of all 8 characters, I think, and then got really tired of having to start characters at level 1 and like keep leveling them up to like get them even close to where everyone else is. Take a sip of the drink. Ew? Maybe you should drink some more. Is this gonna somehow reveal an access token to me? I'm sorry, what just happened?
Ah.
Finally awake, huh? Thought something had gone wrong. You were trying to cross the border into Skyrim. What were you doing alone in such a dangerous place? Go see the doctor if you're... What? What? Okay. Magic coffee. Okay, yeah, this is all just more chuny nonsense. There's probably people who are like reading these things and like absorbing everything and then somehow like tying it back to a million other things going around the station or something like that. But can't be bothered. I don't mind the heal though. Alright, I think, where was I? Whoops. I keep pressing down thinking it's gonna open my my menu for some reason. Can you just teleport to that one real quick so I can get to where I was? Thanks. Hope it doesn't. Oh, it would. Oh, wait. Oh, Warp Trotter. Hi. You're rare. Let me kill you. It's cute. You thought you got to go first, but you were wrong. It was me, bunnies, all along. Okay. Ouch.
生死虚実一年の学り
I'm just gonna go for the trotter.
超無一角
ルールは破るためにある
Massive physical damage. I suppose I should do that. Yep, that works. We win. I do kind of wonder if I should wait until it's like not our turn or something. How do you undo this? I guess I can't. Interesting. Alright. Here you go. Have a shield. Heck yeah.
争いに意味はないせいはっ
誘った覚えはないけどはい逃がさない
we're pretty good now. The real question that I've been asking myself the entire time since I started this game
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ
is Mitsuki here? Is March 7th the amber of this game? Yes. It's good. No, I like her. Like, that she can give you a shield and like a taunt effectively. It's like, oh, this is a good character. Is immediately what I thought.
うちがいるんだから負けないよ
I just need to get like a heal or something, because then like a healer plus her would like be the thing to use to protect the team, basically, right? Like, I like that. Impacts turn order. Is there so this was one thing that I was worrying about, and then it didn't seem like it was real at all, or like it didn't really affect anything at all. Like when someone's frozen, if I have somebody do like a fire thing, the first time I did it, I was worried that I would like unfreeze them, but it doesn't happen, which makes me wonder, like, is there no like elemental effects going on? Like maybe it's just the fact that, you know, it's the same company that does Genshin, and like it feels like with the different path things and like elements and such that you would expect there to be something like that, but there's not, huh? The X button just hides all the text. Why is that a thing? Sorry, what type of enemy are you? Stack multiple dots of varying impacts, no impacts, one other. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay, it's cool that you want to attack my buddy, but what if me and this bat said no?
楽にしてあげる
どけ騒ぎをせいはっ
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ
Okay, so we're still trying to do this thing with the access stuff. So a wall-to-wall window kind of feels like we're close, doesn't it? Oh, hello, Fatui. Or that's what you look like anyway. Enter to safe zone. Well, I mean, where are these? No, okay. Where are these Wubbaboo whatevers? No. Maybe it's down there. Gotta explore more, I suppose. This is just nothing. You know what would be interesting to see? Xenosaga done in like this style would be kind of intriguing, I think. Hello, Bubble. Can you teach me anything about stuff? Taziroth? Oh, that's the other thing, like the names. The first like Eon that you meet or whatever, that like big rock thing, which is like Kulipoth, is like an elder god name. Like the moment I saw it, I was like, wait, why is Kulipoth like Rhizome coming through? Like why is Cthulhu in this? And then they like talk about the eons and all that other stuff, and it's like, what even is this game? And then you have like people reality warping or something. And just going along with some master plan and dropping me in. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. There's a door I haven't gone through here. And it's a big room, it looks like. So I don't suppose this is the room that the thing's talking about, no? Oh wait, this is the room that we came through before during like the main story quest. Okay. Can I drop? Nope. Okay. Seems a little strange.
生死虚実一年のマナリ同点元家長武一角ふっはっ今さら後悔しても遅い、今だ
星の祝福をあなたに。うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。ほら
I think the enemies in this region might be weak.
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ。
But I also don't really know if this is the right thing to do. Like going back this way. Or if I'm just like wasting my time. I just want to figure out this weird little puzzle. That's really the main thing I want to do.
たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきをくらえ。
後悔しても遅いはっせいはっ
ラッキースターは誰かな。うちの出番。
I don't think we're gonna break everything, but you know. But they're dead anyway. No, they're alive. All right. Ew. Rude.
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ。
Oh, I need to press the button, don't I? What have we here? Oh, this. Wait, what's the point of this? Besides somehow triggering this? I don't really... If it's always just back and forth like that, then how do you actually do this? Does this control panel do anything down here? What does this one do? Oh. Wait. Does that one stay? Ah, there we go. Okay. That makes more sense. Mostly. Mostly. Oh, I get it. Right, because now that one stays in the middle and we can go across this. Hope this is worth it. It looks like there's something shiny up there. A card. Aha, access card. Here we go. 1,000 stars access authentication. Oh, I have all 3 now. I think. Okay. In case you didn't understand our Chuny speak, it's time to go open the door. Thank you. I got that. There are still red things here though. Apparently there's a formidable foe. I want to fight the formidable foe. They're fun. That's not a foe. That's a box. Oh. Oh, okay. I must have beaten one and just never got the chest. Alright, that's fine then. Same thing here? Whoa, whoa, okay, hold on. I see. Okay. Easy? So yeah, if you've ever played Legend of Zelda Oracle Seasons or Oracle of Ages, those types of puzzles are like the bread and butter of at least 3 dungeons in those. Screen. Okay, I don't actually care. Okay, so that's that. I didn't miss any other chests, did I? So how come this one isn't open, I wonder? Like it looks like it opens from the other side? So wait, can I open it from the other side? Yeah, what's the point of this exactly? Why block it off if it's so easy to open? Okay. So that's that. I think there's still a red one over there to the left. It's cool looking. Do you think the Genshin people just got tired of watching people kill like bosses and whatnot and melt them in like 10 seconds with Hu Tao? And so like they made this game to force you to watch all the pretty animations they spend so much effort on? Okay, that's cool, Batgirl, but just hit them. Thanks. There's a missed opportunity here. I could have, in a parallel universe where I don't always use female characters, I could have selected the male character and then named him Ness or Lucas because he has a bat. Well, it made a perfect sense. Is that a formidable over there? I can't really tell. It's got a red mark. Hello, little robot.
生死拒
But
絶
Hutao.
一年のマナリ
What is the Hutao of
同
this
点
game?
剣気超無一角
Which of the characters are doing that for you in this one?
今だ
Sele. Her name is literally Soul. Is that like,
星の祝福をあなたに
does she have anything to do with like what her name means in German?
うちがいるんだから負けないよ
She's the damage person. Okay.
即戦即決でいこう
The heavy hitter. Silver What's it called?
争いに意味はない
I mean, we met him in the intro, if I remember right.
ラッキースターは誰かな
He was the dude with Kafka, right? He was one of
動かないで
them
ね
people
今
just popping out of
祝福してあげる
nowhere doing weird stuff.
逃がさないや
The hacks. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They showed up and talked a whole bunch about stuff.
今だ
I swear, I did at least like absorb part of the story when I was playing it. But every time I played this game, it has been like after
う
stream,
ち
typically
今回
late
は
at
足を
night.
引っ張ってないでしょ
So, you know, my brain slowly not really working. Yeah, I know where it is. I'm just finishing exploring first. Thank you very much, game. The funny thing is, like, futuristic stuff like this, where it's like, oh, behold the space station, is always like really big and expansive and all this stuff. But like, real spaceships are never like that, you know? Like, it's always like tight, kind of made for like for efficiency and to not have to like circulate a bunch of air all the time and other things. Here we go. What's through this door? Oh. We found like a laboratory or something. With memory bubbles that tell me something. About food and Theoderic. Oh, okay. Did Yoko Taro help write this game? Just out of curiosity, because this is like weapon story extraordinaire, it feels like, except I actually like reading the weapon stories because they're typically pretty short and like tragic every single time. Okay, what is this? Investigate, please. Shattered curio. Ancient cathode ray tube. Okay. You decide to tap it a few times. Tap it again. Tap it again. Oh, it's actually doing something. You decide to tell Ast about it. Oh. Ooh. I've unlocked something, maybe. Some form of quest. Can I tap all these ones too? Or maybe these are like path things, aren't they? Astrolab? Energy black hole. I feel like you shouldn't keep one of those in a space station. Just saying. You're right with that. What happened? I fixed the curio. Just whack the curio a few times. It's fine. I've sent you a reward. Oh, thanks. Praise of high morals. Moral standards are materialized into physical form. Thumbs up rules aren't a rare sight to behold. You are recognized. That's an interesting statue. Thumbs up, but it also has 2 arms. Huh. Well, there you go. Now you know. If you repeatedly bop a curio, it'll fix it. Okay. So that's that. Are there any other doors? Oh, yeah, there's plenty of doors. Hey guys, what's up? Is that this?
あと少し。
Wait, what? Oh, she restores. I pressed Y thinking I was going to do something similar to what March 7th does. That was not the case. Oops.
たまには真面目に行こっか。う
You
ち
know
の
what?
とっておきを食らえ。
I feel like this might just kill all of them. No, okay.
生死虚実一年のマナリ同点元気超無一角ふっはっ
星の祝福をあなたに。この機会を逃さないで。やっ
Again, music. So good.
せいはっ
すべては星々の選択。星々よ、開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。ラッキースターは誰かな。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。始めようか。
Ouch.
逃がさない。
Sure. Let's just interrupt and kill them all at the same time.
ルールは破るためにある。
争いに意味はないはっやっ
避けてね。いや。自分の意志で結末にたどり着いてみせる。
Okay, so what's through door number 1? A small child. And a chest. Hello. Ooh, wait, what's this? Choosing numbers randomly with eyes closed. Wrong password. Okay, hold on. Do you know the password? What creatures do you study? Damn, I was hoping you would tell me what the password is. Wubbaboos are his favorite. Okay. Why are there always genius children on space stations? Is it because they have like no grass to touch and like balls to play with and whatnot? So they just like spend all their time reading. Recover password. Verify the space station researcher. This this station is not very secure, is it? Give me that security question. Who is the biggest influence on your life? Herta. What is the most outstanding research result you've achieved on the space station? Joining the station, detecting some stuff, or none so far. Joining? None? Okay. Where's the spare physical security card for this terminal? In the tank of the magical toilet. Is it on Peppy Dog's tag? No. Okay. Find an origami crane near this terminal to solve your lack of credentials. An origami crane? What? Okay, found one. Lightly scented. This is evidently not the terminal's password. Are there more than one crane? Yes, it is. I really like you, Peppy. Even bought you some cookies. Okay. Oh, the one that's as far away from the terminal as everyone can be. Nope. Is it? Wait, what? Hey, you, know where any... No, never mind. I assume it's in this room. Nope. Okay. Are there actually cranes out, like, in this area? No, but there's another robot to shut down. Maybe there's cranes over this way? So at that point, we're kind of stretching the definition of near this terminal, aren't we? We're eating planets. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna think about it. That's how I'm dealing with all the random crap this game is throwing at me. What is this? Schedule a meeting. Booking complete. Interesting. I have started a meet. Wow. I'm a menace. We are a menace to productivity. That's what we are. Is there a crane anywhere over this way? No. No, there's not. Oh, there he is. Aha! 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You have now entered a virtual wasteland devoid of any documents. Thanks. Very good. Still, I'm enjoying solving the little puzzles here and there. And also, my meeting has started yet, has it? Nope. Okay, well there's that. Let's go to this door next. How are there so many like treasure chest things that just aren't open yet? They must respawn, right? Or something like that. Since like the main story brought us through this. Something cancer something was all I got from that. That's not how I want to use that energy. Why are you allowed to do that?
やれやれ。うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきをくらえ。この機会を逃さないで。
Worked out. Suppose we should hit here to take out as many as we can.
くらえ。
Quite work.
殴ったね。逃がさない。
争いに意味はない。はっせっはっ。
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ。
Okay. So what's in the door? A trotter is here.
生死虚実一年のマナリ同点元気超無一角ふっはっ。
That didn't do much damage at all. I have a feeling this one might get away.
星の祝福をあなたに。すべては星々の星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。うちの出番。
I feel like she's gonna do much damage.
うちがいるんだから負けないよ。やっ。ルールは破るためにある。
Single target or multi-target? Can do multi. That was the right choice.
殴ったね。
今だ。
ラッキースターは誰かな。
That did very well.
うちってばなかなか。
Cool. I got another trotter.
うち今回は足を引っ張ってないでしょ。
How do I get more constellations for my girl here? Is that a toilet? Is this the magical toilet? Curio, door to a new world. The department is not responsible for any consequences from unauthorized persons sitting down and pressing flush. I'm sitting on a toilet. It is so uncomfortable to do that. Like, I don't know how often this ever comes up, but like sitting on a toilet without like dropping your pants and those things is just like, it's like a no. It feels so wrong to do. Enter the safe zone. Wait, what? Have you seen a toilet bowl around here? And this toilet here? Not again? Okay. You want me to leave? Maybe I'll just flush the toilet again then. Eidolons are dupes when you pull. Okay. So the constellations, right? Basically. Okay. Oh, I'm back here. Interesting. Alright, allow me to flush myself. Transport to the master control zone, where one of the chairs is now also a toilet. This is funny. Oh, you can't interact with it again. That'd be funny if you could just use it as like a warp all over the place. Okay, where was I? Was it the supply zone? Yeah, I was in the supply zone. But which zone was I in? It must have been here, right? Yeah, this looks right. So I was up past here, touching toilets. There's the toilet, so we won't touch it this time. Okay, this one looks slightly more complicated. Not really though, you just need to snake path it. Please and thank you. Cool. Alright, I don't know if there's too much else for me down here, but... Oh, it's Ryza, that's why. I keep pressing down for the map, like I said before, and it wasn't until now that I realized why. Atoria Ryza 2, the map button is down on the D-pad. Whoa, I lag. It's weird. Oh wait, hello. Proper role-playing gamer. I'll take it. I don't know what it means, but I'll take it. Oh, and I'm back here again. Oh, we've come full circle then. Okay. Oh, I'm missing a single chest. Apparently, oh right, of course. the thing that I was doing. All right, so we did all the stuff for the key. There you go. Level 19 antimatter. All right, this feels like it might be tricky.
たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきを食らえ。ふん。
今さら後悔しても
They're
遅い。
already breaking, which feels good.
怖くない怖くない。ラッキースターは誰かな。うちがいるんだから負けないよ。即戦即決でいこう。よっ。
I might have missed it in the guide, but do enemies take more damage when they're broken? Because I've been assuming yes, but I don't think I've ever actually bothered to check yet. Or is it really just a matter of like pushing them back in the action order list? It's all it really is there
ど
for.
け。騒ぎを起こしたくはない。はっよっ。
誘った覚えはないけど。はい。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。始めようか。はっ。
I feel like that's gonna, yep.
殴ったね。たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきを食らえ。ふん。
So what is the state of Genshin actually
今さら
right
後
now?
悔
I
して
know
も
there was
遅い。
like a desert level released and stuff. But you're gonna attack.
今だ。生死拒絶。
I could try to
一年
kill
のマ
him,
ナリ。
or I could knock out his entire bar. Gonna go for the
同
bar, I
点元
think.
気。超無一角。ふっはっ。
Some good damage. I think the dot will kill him. Hopefully.
怖くない怖くない。星の祝福をあなたに。
Oh, damn.
うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。いや。即戦即決でいこう。食らえ。
Alright, let's go for the massive damage strike now.
ルールは破るためにある。アウト。
Oh, it's a multi-battle. Okay.
争いに意味はない。
I guess that's not a bad thing though.
よっ。
Yeah.
ラッキースターは誰かな。すべては星々の選択。星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。うちの出番。うちがいるんだから負けないよ。
Keep trying to mimic your cuteness. Okay. That's it. This is kind of
あん
unfortunate.
たの番だよ。
I don't have enough to take more than one.
逃がさない。殴ったね。いや。
Oh, there goes my shield.
たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきを食らえ。ふん。
Does she actually have damage on me?
今さら後悔しても遅い。
I can break him. Just drops him out of the turn order, which is nice.
せいはっ。
怖くない怖くない。避けてね。
Okay, I'm still under attack and I have no more
動
shield
かないで
left,
ね。
so
今祝福してあ
I
げ
did
る
the regular attack with Fire Girl so we
即戦即
can
決でいこう
do this.
やっ逃がさない
痛くも痒くもない
殴ったね
今さら後悔しても遅い。
He feels more like my DPS than anyone else does at the moment. Wonder if we can maybe draw their attention over to her just for a bit.
始めようか
Thermal barrier? What's that do?
逃がさない
I don't like how much damage they're laying into Wind Boy. Oh.
殴ったねたまには真面目に行こっかうちのとっておきをくらえふっ
どけ。騒ぎを起こしたくはない。今だ。
Okay. There goes one.
生死虚実。一年のマナリ。
I suppose
同点
the
元気。
faster we can get rid of enemies, the better. But yo,
礼
more
儀が
turns
待って
for
ないお
us.
客さんねやれや
And
れ
this will break him.
うちってばなかなかやるじゃん
And then she did that. Let's put it on
動かないでね。
him. So if they do that
今、
AoE
祝福してあげ
attack
るから。
again, he'll not get hurt so much. Oh, massive attack again. His action is up. Try to prevent him from doing anything.
今さら後悔しても遅い。はっせいはっ
誘った覚えはないけど避けてねうちに出くわすなんてついてないねいや
Get him. Not bad. Killed the formidable foe despite not being the same level as it, which is good. Precious treasure. For some reason, it's not letting me open it. What is this? When you find this note, you've already entered surveillance. Blah blah blah. You inhaled the poisonous gas as soon as you enter this. There's no gas. From Asta. Mwah. Okay, the seriousness of breakfast. For the path of irritation. Increases the wearer's damage by 12%. For every defeated enemy, the wearer's attack increases by 4%. So you get up to 24% attack. Oh, that's nice. So that's a pretty good one. Ooh, and another one of these robots. Wonder how many of these there are. Because I imagine that if you like find and collect them all and shut all of them off, that you probably get an achievement, I would think. Past this shopping list. Okay. That's... Oh, wait. No. It still says 7 out of 8 chests. Where's... I wonder where the chest is that I missed. Didn't it say 7 out of 8 before I picked up the other chest? A little confused. Also, supposedly you have rewards for me? No, never mind. This is just explanation. Okay. I'm confused though. What is this? Similar universe in, oh wait, index rewards. So talk to the index? Yeah, what is this? Cool. Okay. By the path of preservation to destruction. Oh, here we go. She uses erudition. Here you go. You can use this one then. This is my lightning lady, right? Yeah. Huh. Okay. I don't remember what her ultimate does do damage, right? Yes, okay. Just making sure. Oh, we should level him up more. Because he is doing like lots of damage for us, I feel. Cool, thanks. Alright, they're happy. What about the achievements? Open 30 treasure chests 30 times. Formidable foe 5 times. Find all readable items regarding assets in the mission. Emptiness of Locus Silenti. Use the carrier door to a new world. I certainly did these things. Okay. Still, it bothers me that this base zone isn't like finished. That there's still a chest somewhere even after I went through the trouble of all that. So where did I miss it? Because clearly I missed a chest. Wait. It's not in here, because this was where the precious one was. Maybe it's in the other hallway, on the other side of the fork. Oh, wait. Is it this guy's treasure again? Oh, this is gonna be like a find him like 3 times and then he actually gives to you, right? Were you crying just now? Yeah. Someone with the same hobby. When I see a chest, I have to go and open it. Okay. Can I open it though? Or does that count? No, it doesn't count. But I need to open it. It says 7 out of 8. I can't have that. Maybe it's... Aha! Here it is.
どれどれ、キラキラなものはないかな？
Alright, mission success. Hi Herta, how's it going? Going good then, I guess. Neat. So I think, yeah, there we go. 8 out of 8. I don't really know what that's for, but noted. So the last thing that I can think that I want to try to do before we hop onto that magical train thing is I'm curious about the robots. Not gonna lie. And like shutting them all off, if that's actually gonna do anything. The trick, of course, is that I have no idea where all the robots are. So really this is guess and check. But the space station isn't that big, so I don't feel too bad about doing it. But doesn't this just lead to the dock? Oh, here we go. There. Storage zone. I don't know if there were robots in this area or not. But apparently there are bubbles I haven't got. And I assume, well, we get money when we do these. So that's one reason to do it, I guess. Oops. Let's go left first. Are there any robots here? Any little fellas need to get turned off to save power for the station? No? No one here? Okay. Okay, it's another safe zone.
よくあんなことができるな。
Safe zone makes me think there would be robots, but I don't see any. Alright, those weirdos. Okay. That noise. Okay, check the dead end first. Aha! Aha! Oh, I did it! Lots of little robots are recently disconnected from the terminal. My checks say they were mainly turned off. Scared we went past there. Did you see anyone suspicious? I did it. Don't do it again. Oh. Okay. That's it. Wait, hold on. Can I do it again? No. Gonna assume that I actually got all of them then. Turn off the little robots in the space station 6 times. That doesn't necessarily sound like it was all of them. But I don't see anything else about a robot. I wish that these things like vestige of the Nux, glory of the unyielding, moment of joy, the memories we share, like none of these things tell you where these things exist, I guess. Kind of wish it just said like chapter 1. I don't know, I guess I'm boring like that. Where I just like clear instructions on things over random cutesy stuff. Alright, what do you want? What do I have for this guy? Like, why is it? Nope, I don't know what's going on there. That's a recipe? What if that's good? Okay, well, I think we're good. I've done my robot nonsense and everything else, so we might as well proceed, I guess. Although I guess I didn't find every single memory bubble, considering we keep finding more. But I don't know how important it is to find all these. After all, it's only giving us credits, not anything else, so. Alright, lady. What's up? Let's talk.
何でも言って。とっくに住んでるわ。私は何回もここに来ているから、今回も私にとってはいつも通りの旅になるはずだったの。でも今はもういつも通りのことなんて一つもない。既存の航路をたどっても新しい発見がある。それが開拓なのね。今まで通りアキビリの足跡をたどるわ。私たちはこれまで数多くの世界に停車してきた。これからもそれは変わらない。広い星の海は私の夢であると同時に列車の願いでもある。あんたが他の人と違うからよ。性格は確かに理由。あんたには他の人と比べて自分は何が違うのか、それを見つける機会が必要だと思ったの。自分で理解するのと他人に言われるのとでは、あんたはいろいろな経験をする必要があるわ。そうすることで初めて性格はあんたにとって未知のものなのかもしれない。そんなにかしこまらないで。あんたもあんたが宇宙ステーションを反物質レギオンの読種から守ってくれて本当に助かったわ。ヘルターは宇宙ステーションから器物を一つ拝借する。そうだ、列車に乗って。そんなにかしこま。あんたが宇宙ステーション。そうだ。どう？考えは。
Yeah. Let me hop on your train, I guess. Oh, we have a stream DMCA? Sounds like it.
乗りましょう。
So loud. Oh. I'm sorry, mascot character. Leave. That is a :3 if I ever saw one.
そこのぼんやりしてるお前。そう、お前じゃ。
Hi, Paimon.
お前のことは姫子から聞いておる。いいか新人、大事なことは一度しか言わんぞ。最近お前は特別だといろんなやつから聞くが、ここは請求列車じゃ。この列車の乗客なら誰もが秘密の一つや二つ抱えておる。
A little fluffy rabbit tail.
乗車したからにはここのルールに従ってもらうからな。よーく覚えとけ。特別なのはお前だけじゃない。
Right. One moment, please. You know what this thing reminds me of? Not you. Not you. Where is it? There we go, kind of. It's kind of too small of a picture. Let me see if it's bigger. Okay. So, come on. Really? I asked you very politely to open this OBS. OBS, what the fuck? OBS isn't opening the picture that I'm dragging to it. Where's what? What's going on? Hold on. There we go. I don't know if you ever watched the Digimon movie, but this thing is reminding me of this guy. It's the ear things. I don't really remember the name of the Digimon. Just that it was certainly a Digimon. If only I could remember. I remember like that movie was really cool. Like Onumon was like, oh man, he's so cool. He's got a sword and all that shit. But anyway, getting back to the soundtrack that sounds like it's from Bastion almost.
俺はパム、ここの車掌じゃ。列車の中で困ったことがあったら俺のところに来るように。
Complete operation briefing according to instructions to obtain rewards. Oh, okay. Oh. I have lots of things to grab. That's nice. Oh, okay. Clear calyx. I don't know what that is. And I don't know what it is because I haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. Makes sense. But I'm now Trailblazer level 10? Wait, is that a thing to fight? What are you? The Omni Synthesizer. Can't do it yet. Right. What about this thing?
姫子は蓄音機で音楽を聴くのが好きなんじゃ。ちなみに、要は黒い円盤を収集するのを好んでおる。
Oh, it's a record player. It's literally a record player. Okay. That's cool. How do you select which song you want, though? It really doesn't. There we go. Oh, this one. Which one's the battle music? I want something kind of upbeat. A A lemon slice charged with murder. No, not that one. Alright. I'll just leave it on this one, I guess. Okay. Nothing really. Oh, like Baba is you again or something?
もう来たのか？
Alright, Pom Pom. What's up? Yeah, where's March 7th's room?
みつきちゃんのことか？ああ、そういえば、みつきちゃんの部屋なら客室車両にある。
Okay. And where's Wind Boys?
炭鉱はみつきちゃんの部屋はその隣。
Okay.
お前、姫子の趣味でな、あれは少し改造されているようじゃ。
Cool. Thanks,
列
Mom.
車の跳躍にはもう少し安心しろ。列車での。
Okay. As weird as it is, I kind of feel like a train almost makes sense for a spaceship.
電子機器の音が聞こえるような。
お前か。鍵はかかっていない。入れ。
Okay. Oh. Alright then. What's this? Oh, just a physical place to actually trigger the bookshelf menu. And he just sleeps here. On this very weird floor. Cool though.
何か用か？そうか。かつてアキビリが歩んだ道のほとんどはだから収集した資料を資料室のあの端末が見えるか？
Oh, okay, what's this? Open the character screen. View character details. View story and voice lines.
はじめまして。ようこそ請求列車へ。あ、いいところに来た。今日はまだ一緒に写真撮ってないよね。今日の写真の整理が終わったから、うちはもう寝るね。あんたもゲームで夜更かししないように。
What
お
annoys
しゃ
her?
べりする相手がいないときは退屈で死にそうになるよ。
Juice.
ジュース。考えると喉が渇く。乾け、この名前は自分でつけたんだよ。みんなうちのことをみつきちゃんとかなのかって呼ぶけど、うちの過去はもしかしたら
Wait, what were you saying? One step at a time, okay. Awaken from a piece of drifting ice. Okay. This game makes no sense. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Where did he come from? What rock? Nothing. Just has a spear. The highest IQ on the blue. 70% similar to how I looked as a child. Heard of, like, the Genius Society thing said that she, like, figured out immortality, basically. So why does she bother with the puppets, or is that part of it? Okay. She's a rock and roller.
やあ、私はセーバル・ランドゥ、ベロブルグの機械工。もちろんそっちは趣味で、ロックミュージシャンこそが私の本職さ。ランドゥ家の人間の共通、リラックスして自由に仕事をして、ペラは忙しくて週末もボランティア、ロックンロールが本業だから趣味は仕事になるはず。からくり工房をよく閉めるから、 どうやって稼いでいるのか聞かれるんだ。
I don't know who most of these people are. She's nice though. Okay, so these are all characters you can get. These just puppets get a lot more work done. That's not being a genius. That's called having ADHD. Like just commanding multiple puppets across like all over the place and whatnot. She's just bored as crap. Clara looks adorable. Aw, she is adorable. She reminds me of Ilya a little bit, like in the snow. A tall figure is her first thing. Interesting. Ooh. It's kind of nice that you can actually like view them. Welt. Oh, this was the dude with the cane that bopped us on the head. Branya is the bodysuit wearer, looks like. Heir apparent to the supreme guardian of Belobog. Okay. Oh, I used her in the trial. She was like super, like fast, right? Or something. Literal White Knight character. Just looked at Clara. Boy or girl? Gifted swordsman. Okay. He's very short. Oh, okay. She's really short. Healer lady. Oh, she's a dragon. Yeah, she's a dragon. How old is she? 500 years old by chance? The Sakana situation. Here's Arlen. Natasha. Oh, she's got a bear. A doctor from the underworld. What do you mean the underworld? Okay, more bodysuits. She's a guard. Shampoo? Sampo. Is this the... What was his name? It wasn't like Child... Chiudel? Was that Genshin guy who was a Fatui dude? Chiode or something like that? That's the vibe I get from this guy. Hook. Tiny, small Russian child. Oh, I like her outfit. Slacked off and demoted to door guardian. Oh. Okay. You know, wouldn't be one of these types of games without like your standard Kitsune, Foxy, Wolfy type looking character. And then some cute twin tails with mismatched boots. Why always the mismatched boots? Okay, cool. Terms? Cancer of all worlds. Keep. Rupert the Emperor? A computer dumped in a trash pile. Became self-aware. Okay. Google's trash can, basically. Uh-huh. There certainly is lore in this game. Alright, see you later, dude. I'm gonna go visit the, well, I bet you she's not even in here.
鍵がかかってない。少しだけなら大丈夫だよね。自分が後悔しないような未来にたどり着く。
Oh, she's taking selfie pictures of people. This is kind of creepy, man. How do you manage to shoot some of these angles? Interesting. That is bizarre. Okay. What blanket is soft to the touch? Well, this is a nice room though. Like, this is cozy. Wait, pom-pom toy? Oh, I can interact with it. Doesn't have any clothes. Thanks for noting that.
各乗客は
Coffee smell. Okay. I assume Palma was yelling at me to come back, so. I guess Mitsuki went by us when we were in Research Man's room. Yep. Hello.
来たね。あんたにとっては初めての旅だから、うちの2倍はワクワクしてるんじゃない？
はい、ワクワク。
おーい。うちも初めて安心して、すぐになれ。まずは不安の根源をつかむの。確かに少し分かりにくいかもしれないけど、次は意識を集中。違うって、これは科学的な方法なんだから、気を散らさないで集中だよ、集中。
God, we look so unamused.
最後は思いっきり不安を引っ張り出して投げ捨てる。
Also, you know, it was the same thing in Genshin. Like, they're talking, but their mouths don't move.
ただの暗示で何が悪いの？不安や心配をなくせるなら、それに越したことはないでしょ？
Like, I assume that makes it like less intensive and whatnot. Maybe that's part of the tricks to like making things like this work on the phone. Is like not having super like complicated models that actually can emote properly and whatnot. But like, can't you do it a little bit? Just like a little bit of like vocal flapping.
どうしたの？あんた。
I actually don't care. Thanks.
遅いぞ。どうせあいつは来ない。そうじゃった。車掌からのちょっとしたボーナスじゃ。
Level 2. Oh, you're the villager dude. Okay. The story kind of does it. Random dollar. Okay. Always gotta have a mascot character. So it's an alien, I assume, right? Like, or it's just normal. There was some like random fluff reading on the space station about like multiple different species and all this other stuff and whatnot. So I assume that this is one of the many species. Okay, there we go.
よ
Thanks.
し、早くどっかに座れ。くれぐれもみつきちゃんみたいに車内を走り回るんじゃないぞ。これから跳躍前の最後の準備を始める。
Friends are now available. Turn on your phone and view the friends menu. No, I don't think I will. Add friends. No. Friend request. Okay, fine. I'll add this one. I'll add this one. There we go. Departure gift. Thanks. Alright. I think we're good. Wait for the jump. Okay. Are you ready to move on? Yes? I assume that I can still, like, go back to other places. Why is there a fish? Oh, constellations.
銀河列車アイオン SF 映画の世界にでも召喚されたの
Yes.
私の体の中に性格とかいうわけのわからないもの
腰を捕
が
まえてるのうちもやったことあるよ。まあ
Yes. Startled the woman with the bomb inside of her.
ライトだったんだけどね。氷の中から目覚めた時、おぼろげに星の光が見えたんだ。だから思わず手を伸ばしたんだけど、それはライトの光でね。その時それを列車のみんなに見られたんだよ。超気まずかったな。あ、まだ言ってなかったよね。列車に引き上げられる前、うちはずっと大きい氷に封じられてて、宇宙を漂流してたんだよ。
Like Mr. Grizz in Splatoon 3.
姫子と
Kind of.
老おじちゃんと、あともう一人の誰かが氷を溶かしてうちを助け出してくれたんだ。
How'd you get frozen?
さあね、昔のことは全然思い出せなくて、うちが誰なのかも、本当の名前も、どこから来たのかも、全部きれいさっぱり忘れちゃった。美月なのかって名前も、うちが目を覚ました日にちなんでつけただけ。
Wait, I'm sorry. March 7th. Like, there's a March in space? We still go by Earth time?
一緒に旅をしてるんだ。いつか自分の過去が見つかると信じて。ありゃりゃ、なんか重い話になっちゃったね。
One moment, please. Sorry. We live in a world full of memes. So I can't help it but like be reminded of things when I see it. Like, oh, not this again. I don't know why OBS isn't playing along with me today. I wonder if it's because it's running in super uber mode. But like, this, like, this is our character right now. This is like totally devoid of like expression. It's just like, uh-huh, yep. Like, this is too much. Like, this has too much emotion to it. It's not even quite us. And then maybe, not quite. Still, too much emoting. Like, our face is just so passive. ...
そんな顔しないでよ。請求列車に乗るなんて経験めったにできないんだから。あ、車掌さんだ。
すでに列車は宇宙ステーションの安全範囲から出ておる。10分後には跳躍を開始する予定じゃ。2人はちゃんと座っとくように。揺れには気をつけるんじゃぞ。
I'm sitting though.
毎回わざわざ言いに来なくていいんじゃないかな、パム。もう長いこと乗ってるんだから。
乗客の美月なのかが毎回自分の限界に挑戦して転ぶからの。
これを名の転び八起きという。なんちゃって。車掌さん、ジュースもらっていい？ありがとう。
跳躍まであと5分じゃぞ。何か飲みたかったら終わってからにするんじゃ。
だって喉が渇いたんだもん。
私たちの次の目的地、最後に列車がその星に行ったのは何千年も前のことね。アーカイブの記録によると、緑に覆われた美しい星みたい。でも長い年月が。
Yeah, it has been literally 1,000 years, she just said. So there's like a nebula or something, like outside. That's cool. Hello.
跳躍を初めて経験する場合、奇妙な感覚に陥るだろ だが
This voice is familiar.
跳躍の原理はやめておこう。もし興味があれば時間を見つけて詳しく説明しよう。座って待つんだ。目も閉じておいた方がいい。そうするとめまいが軽減される。
One moment, please. This voice is really familiar sounding. Vote Honkai voice actor Japanese. Man, that really doesn't help. Here we go, maybe? No, that's not helpful. Character. This is Welt? Okay, that's English. I don't care about English. Yoshimasu Hosoya. Sorry, Yoshimasa. What? Who else do you voice? Because your voice is really familiar. Ah. That would explain it. He is Nicholas Wolfwood in Trigun Stampede, which is probably the most recent thing that I've heard his voice in. He's Tokoyami in My Hero. Interesting. He is... Wow, that's surprising. He's Torajiro in The Way of the House Husband. And he's Yom in Slime. The king dude. What else is... Oh, he's in... Oh, he's Wolfram in Fairy Gone. Okay. And he's Welf in Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? That's what he sounds most similar to right now, I feel. And he's a character in Golden Kamuy, Genjiro. What else? Lots of things, really. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's also in Digimon Adventure, so there's another Digimon connection. He's in Iron Blooded Orphans for Moles to Gundam. He was in Haikyuu, in case you watched that, which I don't think I did. It's been recommended to me though a few times. He's in Death Parade. He's Reiner in Attack on Titan, which I haven't watched in a very long time. What else? Any other interesting ones? He's in Kamen Rider as Swallowtail Yummy, 2 episodes in 1971. That's an interesting gap in his career. Kamen Rider in 1971, then his next thing is 2006 with Magical Travelers. He had a lot more work since though, like a lot more work. Also, he's in Megalobox. As Joe's voice, like the main character's voice. So, that one's interesting. All right. Anyway, thanks, Walt. Good luck.
ありがとう。肝心なのはお腹と太ももの力で姿勢は重要じゃな。まあ、うちのことは。
Thanks, Minsky.
乗客は座席に戻るのじゃ。転ばない。間もなく跳躍が始まる。しっかり準備をするのじゃ。転ばない。
Wait, why would you have a chessboard set up for this? Oh, I'm standing up now. Well, I guess only the start of the warp you have to be sitting, maybe? And the entire planet's on
何千年
fire.
も過ぎ、
No, alright, never mind.
今のヤリーロ6はこんな姿になってしまったのね。
Am I about to get like a climate change history?
あの真っ白な星が今回のうちらの目的地なの？
そうよ。今回の開拓の旅はそう簡単にはいかないようね。
空間パラメータ異常。正規の安定率が 12% まで下がっておる。プラン変更じゃ。この駅での停車期間を7日から無期限に延期するぞ。
That's bad.
うん。この世界が属する虚数の局所で何らかの問題が発生したみたい。
Then how did
列
we
車の
get
木通
here?
常の地面を走る列車で例えたら、まるで線路が突然途絶えて、その先に底知れぬ深淵がある感じね。そういう時は緊急停止するしかないでしょ。
強引に進めば取り返しのつかない結果になる。
今回もこうなるなんて言わなくてもわかるけど、今の正規の異常も。
暫定検測の結果はもう出ている。異常の根源はやはり性格だ。
Yep. Wolf and Joe for sure. You can really hear it.
ああ、君の体内にある性格と同じ物質だ。
心配しないで。正確に進路を塞がれたのは今回が初めてじゃないから。
Yeah, but can I absorb it and
正
become
確
even
に関
more
する謎
powerful?
は多く、ヘルタでさえ完全に解明できてない。でも私たちにはその影響を消す手段があるわ。
Exactly. And this sword that I made in the middle of a dungeon while we were being attacked.
性
Use
格の
this.
降臨は文明や生態系に劇的な変化をもたらすとともに、裂解と呼ばれる空間的な歪みを生む。ヤリーロ6がこのような氷に覆われた星になったのも、おおよそ性格の影響だろう。
私たちの推測では、性格はあるアイオンが各世界にばらまいた災禍の種。災いの根源を断たないと開拓なんて話にならないわ。
It is the Aeon's name Sheogorath, by chance? Why can't they do it themselves?
今の俺たちの視点で遠く離れたあの星を見ると、全知全能になったかのような錯覚に陥る。だが実際にあの星の土地に立った時に、自分がいかに小さくて無力な存在であるかに気がつくだろう。
今回の開拓の
Doesn't
旅
answer
は
my question.
あんた、それから美月ちゃんと炭鉱に任せたいと思っているの。旅の目的ははっきりしてるわ。この世界に災いと空間の歪みをもたらした性格を見つけ、列車に持って帰ってきて。いいよ。
また力を合わせる時が来たね。
Kind of sleepy. You're not coming? I like your drink tea, call laser
ハム
support
が
down.
寂しがるでしょ。それに私たちはさっきナヌークに目をつけら
The
れたばかりだし、
destruction.
反物質レギオンに狙われたら困るわ。
今回も俺たちの出番はなしか。
あんたが行きたがっているのは知ってるけど、これでいいのなら炭鉱を見つけて話し合ってきたら。彼多分すでにヤリーロ6に関する生態と観測データを整理し始めてるでしょ。
Sure. A grand, cool adventure. Neat. Well, it's cool to like visit different planets and stuff. That's kind of neat. Certainly more linear than other things, but that's okay. Wow, that's a lot of characters on one banner. How do I get more of Mitsuki though? Regular warp. This is the standard one. 20% off for a set of 10 warps and 5-star characters guaranteed within 50. And it takes 8 tickets. Oh wow, so I like got like 3 full poles. That's neat. Departures, newbie, and the standards are great. Oh, okay. So this is the newbie banner. Character event, light cone event, departure warp. Well, the departure warp looks like the good one, right? Just because it's discounted. Although this one takes your fancy tickets. Oh wait, this one also takes the gray tickets. Yeah, 8 for 10 versus 10 for 10. I'm bored. Let's see what we get. Let's get the dopamine before I end the stream. We got a defense and a shadow. Maybe we'll get something so like everyone can actually have one equipped. That'd be nice. Adversarial. Oh, I got Slow Boy, Mr. Hunt. Neat. Well, that seems good. Characters. Good. She's on it. That's all I want. All right. Whee! Oh, is it the purple flash that's telling you there's a new character? Oh, look, it's that guy. Planetary Rendezvous. Oh, it's a 4-star. Saw the achievement. Oh. Purple tells you 4-star. Gotcha. So the 4-star drop thing, yeah. That's what it was. Oh, I got 2. For destruction. Increase damage dealt by wearer by 20%. The wearer also deals an extra 20% damage with a higher HP percentage than the wearer. That's nice. Though you have to be damaged then for that to like really help. How about this one? For Harmony, upon battle entry, if an ally deals the same damage type as the wearer, damage dealt increases by 12%. Okay. Not sure how useful some of this stuff is, but okay, another achievement. Oh, I got Natasha. She's a healer, right? I think. Maybe. Sweet. Well, she's going into the party. Just have to figure out who to, like, use. Or who to replace. Here we go. Our happy bunny lady. She weakens enemies. She lowers their attack. Wow, that's nice. And she can remove debuffs. Cool. Yeah, she seems pretty useful overall. Neat. All right. Well, that's good. If only I had 6 more of those silly little tickets, then we could have gone all the way to 50 for fun. But that's fine for that. Oh, we should upgrade him. The higher you fly, when the target's enemy HP percent is greater than or equal to 50%, crit rate increases by 12. That's cool. Hello, Natasha. Let's get you to level. Let's get you to level 15. Or 16. That's also fine. And then she's abundance. Is there a way to filter this to like whatever they actually are? Because that would make way more sense if it just did that automatically. Just saying. Though I guess asking the makers of Genshin to make like artifact management easy is not, if it does automatically. Does it? Is that what? Oh, okay, so it's putting these first. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is the same. Their outgoing healing is increased. Yep. Sounds good to me. Can we enhance it? Like... That's cool, but where's the, where's that thing I did before? Oh, superimpose, that's what it is. There. Perfect. So there, that seems good. Cool. Team setup. Natasha. Okay. So we got defense, heal. We could do this. And she goes, makes everyone go faster. And then we really need damage output though. So that would probably be either our character or maybe Dan. Because he's now more critty. So we could give what's-her-face a try. Right? She has lightning damage. %80 base chance for enemies hit to become shocked. That's a... Is that really high? Like, that sounds really high. 80% chance to get afflicted by dot damage. Like, that seems absurd. 100% base chance for all enemies to become shocked for 3 turns. That's her technique. Like, she seems like really good for that. I don't know. I could be wrong. But it feels like... No, I don't want to use literally everything. Just enough of everything. Alright. Resistance to the base chance decreases quite a bit if they're not weak to it. Okay. Guess that makes sense. Attack 212. Attack 177. Attack 157. Yeah, my character seems like the most bonky. But that's also probably because she's the highest level. And also destruction is just destructy, I guess. That said, I want to try out new characters, so I'm gonna have her in my team for a bit. And if it like doesn't work, then I'll swap in real person team. It might be the worst team ever, who knows. But
どうだめまいや絵好きは正常な反応
yeah, I'm fine. Can
それは
I
列車と相性が合うということ列車の資料庫に目を通したがヤリーロ氏ベルトさんはそう考えているのか暫定的な測定を行ったところ星の表面のとある場所だけがもし俺が事前に開拓だろうな お前が加わった今その役目から解放されるのは俺じゃない従って今回の開拓の旅の目的はいや分かったお前は先に美月を探しに行け準備ができ
like it was like doubling up a little bit at the start of each sentence. Oh, he's full of enthusiasm.
緊張しないでじゃあ出発の準備はいい
Yeah.
この星を見るとつい思っちゃうんだこの世界を満たす氷はうちと関係があるのかなってまあ考え始めるとキリがないんだけどでもうちを封じていたのは六層氷と呼ばれる珍しい物質で普通の惑星にあるわけないよね正直ここが故郷じゃないことを祈ってるのだって見るからに寒そうだもん美少女は対等性が高いわけじゃないんだよ
You know what they say, Mitsuki. Beauty's pain. Just gotta deal with the cold.
俺の顔に何かついてるのか
No, something in your ear though.
今回どんな面白いことに3人で遭遇するのか想像してたの
この世界には災いが多く存在する正確に遭遇して今はお前に心配されるとは
I'm sorry, why does his collar have 2 zippers?
ヤリーロ6開拓招待これより出発
Did they hire the Kingdom Hearts character designer for some of these people? He also has at least 2 belts on. So I'm thinking yes.
Tsuita ka, Yariro 6.
全部雪だね
わずかだが俺たちには開拓の力があるだから過酷な環境にも適応できるんだ
どこを見ても白一色なんだけどどっちに向かえばいいの
座標によると目的地はすぐそこだ
よしじゃあこんなところで立ち止まってないで早く行こう
大気庵競技場に穴を開けたこと自分の口で言うか
その話はやめようとにかく生き物がいない場所に着陸できたんだから問題ないって
半月間ボランティア活動の開拓の道を体験した
だから言わないでってば
俺たちはこの世界について何も知らない一歩一歩慎重に進もう
大丈夫だようちら3人で解決できないことなんてないってあんたは性格を持っててうちには唯一無二の六層氷があるそれから炭鉱はなんかよくわかんない不思議な過去を持ってる
I like that 6th phase is mysterious ice crystal, like, is the note, like, as if she didn't just say that the ice she was in was a 6th phase ice, and that it's a rare substance. Like, why?
モノマネうまいね。あんたお笑い芸人とか向いてるんじゃない？
She's so smug looking.
行こう。勇気を持って未知なる世界へと踏み出す。これぞ。
Alright. Cool. Alright,
ここは
let's...
まだ侵食を受けていないが、劣界が生み出したモンスターが逃げ出している。性格はこの世界にとてつもない影響を与えたんだろう。
Oh, she's got a big stick. Okay, let's see how this works.
ラッキースターは誰かな？
Okay, that works. Alright, so this is minor lightning damage or minor lightning damage to people around it and high chance of shocking. Go for it.
私のリズムに乗れ。
Just murders because we're, I guess,
ステージを
over leveled.
重ねるほど
I
最
like
高
her
に
hair.
なるんだ。
Look, she's got like lightning at the bottom of her hair, kind of like the colors and such. That's cool. Though definitely feels like other characters would probably be the smarter choice here. But, you know, Calyx teleportation. It's a spider lily. Hey, yo, what's this? It's a spider lily. You can call it a calyx, it's a spider lily. Reality data is stored in them. Okay. We sure we're not in one giant simulation? Defeat enemies to obtain general materials. Okay. Game modes cost trailblaze power to play. Okay. Oh, they're ley lines. Gotcha. Challenge waves. So wait, can you do it more than once or only once? Like, should you just always go for the 6 waves? Or no, I don't. Do as often as you want. Oh, that's nice. I mean, up to the point of 180, I guess. Well, let's just take a peek, I guess. Increasing the 6 just reduces the number of clicks you need to do. Oh, do you not actually like fight 6 waves? You just happen to like clear it out and then you're happy? Or recommended type bonk, ice, and wind. So my first punch, I guess, technically. So I want to use this one. I want to see if they can do it.
礼儀のなってないお客さんね。すべては星々の選択。
Okay.
星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。星の祝福をあなたに。
こっからが本番だよ。
Gotcha. Makes sense. Oh, it could just full on break him.
手の施しようがないわね。
Okay, what does this do? Minor physical damage. And then this is a heal item. Restores singles allies HP and continuously heals them.
眠るといいわ。
That is a big bullet. Does she have a grenade launcher actually? Is that what that was?
Lucky Star は誰かな？
With auto.
こっからが本番だよ。はいになれ。
うちの出番。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。
薬を飲みましょう。
ありがとう。 誘った覚えはないけど星の祝福をあなたに。
もっと叫びなさい。
うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。ほら
Yeah, that works. Yeah, maybe not the best of teams as far as like making sure you do damage and whatnot, but it works. Ooh, hello.
建物が雪に埋もれている。
うわ、これって屋根。どんだけ雪が降ればこんな厚く積もるの？
ずっと前からじゃ。
And you can just select the lands whenever you want, or how does this work? River flows in spring. Oh, it's the short kit for Path of the Hunt. Increase the wearer's speed by 8% and damage by 12%. Okay. You fast travel to them. Oh. Okay. Neat. Man, and here I said I'd end the stream. I like that there's this new thing, I guess. All the songs are available every day. So it's not like Genshin where you're just permanently stuck in just constant annoyance of having to wait for your items to respawn. Or world hopping. That's okay. I know that we're probably getting that much damage because we're probably way higher level than these things, but still, that feels nice. Level 9, yeah.
Hoshi Boshiが私たちの名を記憶してくれる。ねえ、あそこ見た？なんか動いた気がする。
ただの雪の吹きだまりだろう。見間違いじゃないのか。
違うって。うちの視力をなめないで。近づいて確認してみよ
う。We sure there's not someone under this?
おい、隠れてないで出てきたら。そのままだと寒くて凍え死んじゃうよ。我慢したってしょうがないのに。
どいてろ、美月。耳を塞ぐ者への一番の対処法は目の覚める一撃を与えてやることだ。
ちょっとお兄さん、
That's this guy.
雪に隠れていたからっていくらなんでも槍で刺すなんてひどくありません
Yeah, I'm gonna assume this guy's evil.
でも皆さんが悪いわけではありません。僕が出てこなかったのが悪いのです。刺されて当然。むしろこうやって知り合えたのですから幸運かも。で、ジェパード様はどちらに？結構懇意にさせてもらってるんですが。
誰？それ。
おや、あなた方は青鎧じゃないのですか？それならそうと早く言ってくださいよ。同士討ちになるところだったじゃないですか。僕は散歩公式と申します。お会いでき。いいお名前だ。しかと胸に刻んでおきます。それにしてもこんな雪の中で生きた人間に出会うとは。近頃は商売も厳しいですが、僕は横取りしたりしませんのでご安心ください。僕も仲間に入れてくれませんか？確かな情報を持ってますよ。シルバーメインの主戦力が前線に派遣された今こそ絶好のチャンス。ひどい。 僕を信用していないのは分かりますが、ここまでとぼけられるとは。分かりますよ。同じ商売をしている者同士、警戒こうして出会ったのも何かの縁。知りたいことがあれば何なりと。僕ですか？あなた方に驚いたからですよ。お願いですから、次からはお静かに。難しい言い方をされますね。要するに人が集まっているところでしょうか。外は孫悟の都、英吉の城、人類。本当にシルバーメイン。
So he's a thief slash treasure hunter or some kind of rogue, I
本
guess.
当に新参者でしたか。この仕事には守るべきルールがたくさんある。
そこまでは必要ないよ。
待ち、まさかこれで帰るおつですが、僕は心優しい散歩と呼ばれるくらい人助けが大好きなんです。あはは。さあ。
Okay, thanks.
ところで、なんでシルバーメインを避けてる
Because he
の？
stole something, obviously.
それ
There's a
は
lamp here.
古代遺物をいくつか頂戴しただけで大したことはしていません。攻めるならあの頭の固い執行者たちを攻めてくださいね。ところで、皆さんはどちらのご出身ですか？よからぬ意図はありません。新たな友に興味があるだけで。嫌なら言わなくても結構。
There's a lot of weird frozen things around here. I'm here, weirdo. Just keep going. I'll follow you.
7つ目のルールは足跡を残さないこと。僕だけの隠し技なんですけど、雪に痕跡を残さず追っ手を振り切ることが。
これは？
おっと、先ほど話したシルバーメインのことを覚えていますか？手を貸してください、友よ。捕まるのはごめんです。
容疑者とその仲間を発見。すぐに逮捕。
Ah, good. Let's get in trouble with the one establishment on this entire planet.
ここは任せた、友よ。
ちょっとあんた。
己を解き放つ準備はいい？犯行も陽動も霊落も全部。
Alright.
礼儀のなってないお客さんね。すべては星々の選択。星の秘密を求める鍵よ。開拓者たちに真なる祝福を。誘った覚えは星の祝福をあなたに。
もっと叫びなさい。
Yeah, we're fine.
いや。
Wow, she crit.
眠るといいわ。
And then the healer kills him. Oh, battle start. There's more.
たまには真面目に行こっか。うちのとっておきをくらえ。ん？怖くない怖くない。ラッキースターは誰かな？
私のリズムに乗れ。
ほら。命の重みを味わいなさい。礼儀のなってないお客さんね。やれやれ。
この曲をあなたに。
Oh, it's the literal white knight. Is this Captain Pedla, whatever? Oh, he's a big ass shield. And we're fighting him. good.
私はジェパード・ランドゥシルバーメインの自衛官だ。速やかに無意味な抵抗をやめろ。
Okay, that's cool and all, but
わ
you're
け
a
わかん
dick.
ない散歩にやられてムカついてるところなのに。
星の秘密を求める
容疑者め抵抗をやめて降伏しろ。
犯人扱いされてもっとムカつく。
私も気をしっかり持たないと。
間に合ったよね。ほんの気持ちよ。気にしないで。
Wait, don't shoot the bear.
気をつけるわ。
私も気をしっかり持たないと。
己を解き放つ準備はいい？
Alright, how do you like this?
平等も霊落も全部。
Did 113. He's apparently weak to it, I guess. So that's good. I don't know if he'll like summon more dudes or not, but
もっと叫びなさい。
the fact that I can shock him is pretty exciting. Natasha has the most health. All right
動
then.
かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。
Can use them with a berry that blocks one attack. Cool, cool.
重傷ね。
いや
Ow, rude.
星の祝福をあなたに。
この曲をあなたに。
He's about to go twice. Or we can knock him back.
はいになれ。
That
うち
works.
ってばなかなかやるじゃん。
Okay. Should I do some defense moves? Nah.
命の重みを味わいなさい。
We're doing like good damage then. Maybe Servo wasn't a bad choice after all.
逃がさない。
誘った覚えはないけど。ラッキースターは誰かな。
私のリズムに乗れ。
これで終わりだ。
Oh, he stops all of our ultimates. Oh,
青
it's
髪の主
scripted.
犯は
申し訳ありません長官。見失いました。足跡も見つからず。
構わない。仲間を捕らえた以上、主犯もそう遠くへは行っていないはずだ。
We're not with him.
待ってても一生来ないよ。かばってるわけじゃないよ。本当に仲間じゃないんだもん。躊躇なくうちらを見捨てたのあんたも見てたでしょ。せっかく手を貸してあげたのにうちらを利用するなんて。信じたうちがバカだった。
私は自衛官で仲裁人ではない。ベロブルグの市民として君たちには自らを弁護する権利がある。だが連行しろ。
でもうちらはベロブルグの市民じゃない。
写真？
頭いいね。ナイスアイディア。まだ自分たちの星の姿も知らないでしょ。うちらが撮った槍色6を見せてあげるよ。
この白い球体が。
はるか昔はよく天外より来訪する者がいたと聞く。しかし寒波が発生。
しかしこの者たちは。
これはもはや我々が判断できることではない。彼らの言葉が真実ならばどうするか。この者たちを大守護者様のところへ導くのが私たちの使命だ。よそ者よ、ついてくるがいい。ベロブルグはこの吹雪の先にある。ようこそ 孫悟の都。
Oh, okay. I was like, it's just white. What are you trying to show me? Oh, you know what this looks like? There's a game about like surviving winter weathers and those things and whatnot. It's like, what's its name? I think I have it. It was in the Humble Bundle pack. But its cities look very much the same there. Oh, I just realized that my phone died. Sorry, I don't know how long it's been like that. Sorry for the black box. Let me just get my phone charging so I don't have to care about that anymore. Excuse me.
君たちが今立っている地はベロブルグ。人類が寒波に抗うための
最後の砦
？700年前、天外より現れたモンスターが星を燃やした。その頃の大地は焦土と化し、至る所に溶岩と煙が満ちていたという。そんな存亡の木に瀕した時、突如として寒波が訪れた。連綿と続く吹雪が侵略者の軍団を滅ぼし、堅強な剣奏者たちがこの町を築いた。孫悟のクリフォト様のご加護のもと、ベロブルグは風雪に侵されてもなお永遠に暖かいままである。
変な話し方。
もともとが彼自身の言葉ではなく。
そっか。
君に聞かれたからだ。
Alright then. This seems like a good time to stop.
街の外で変わった生き物を見た。あれは侵食された空間、裂界から現れたものだな。
知っているのか？そうだ。寒波以外にも多くの脅威がある。君たちが見たモンスターもその一つだ。シルバーメインはずっとあれらと戦ってきたが、状況はあまり芳しくない。大守護者様への謁見が終わったら、君たちの意見を聞かせてほしい。情報が足りないんだ。
あまり遠くへ行くと兵士たちに
Well, that's cool and all, but I'm gonna stop. So, alright. Well, I will catch you all another time. Maybe tomorrow or something. Don't know what I'll be playing tomorrow. Something else. And then Friday will be Zelda. as you probably suspect. So, thanks for watching. Hope if you stuck around for drops and those things that it, gave you them and everything that you wanted out of that. And yeah, I'm enjoying the gameplay and whatnot. The lore dumps and balls of text and fade to black screens with white text I'm not super into, but some of the main story I'm enjoying, and I'm intrigued by some of it. It's just like when they start talking about like Cthulhu gods as like nice things that are helping, then that's the part where my brain starts shutting down and going, I think they're just grabbing random names that sound cool, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Either way, see you later.